It is the Big Joe and Laura show on Mix 95.7, Grand Rapids Best Mix, and welcoming you to the first day of August, Thursday, August 1st, 2024. Good morning, Laura. How you doing?
Good. How are you?
I am good. Tired, but I tell myself, hey, it's Little Friday, and we're almost to the weekend.
Literally no one has ever called it Little Friday. What are you talking about?
People call it Little Friday all the time. I know my good friend LG does.
She made that up. You guys are insane. I've never heard that before.
What about Friday Eve?
Yeah, I hate that one, but at least I have heard of it.
Okay, well, those are both real. And if you know what I'm talking about, 616
No, please don't encourage him.
0957.
Don't
No,
encourage the hackery.
I want to encourage you.
No.
Now, maybe, I don't know, I feel like you're kind of being dismissive of my idea. Are you mad at me about something?
I mean, yeah, usually. But
Okay.
I mean, you're never on time or anywhere you're supposed to be. Specifically, last week, you kind of left me out high to dry.
Okay. Oh, you're saying that's me?
Yeah, because I said, hey, I'm going to pick up the pizza and I will meet you here. Do you know how to get there? And then you said, yeah, and continued to do your job. So what I'm talking about here, we went to do our workplace of the week, Vito's Pizza Delivery last week. And you may have noticed on our Big Joe and Laura Instagram account, I was the only one that delivered the pizza. It's not because Joe was off work or enjoying a well-deserved vacation, because that's not true. He instead was here working on stuff. And I was like, hey, I'm going to give you a couple extra minutes. I know you're running behind. Let me do you a solid. I'll pick up the pizza and I'll meet you at the place for dropping it off at Cornwall Health over on East Beltline.
Yeah.
And so you're like, yeah, okay, of course. So I text you, hey, I'm leaving with the pizza. And I had already told you ahead of time, leave in 10 minutes. Because it's about how long it'll take me to get to the pizza and back, but I'll still text you when I leave there. So I text you and say, hey, I'm leaving here at the pizza. And you say, okay, I'm out front. I figured that was your way of saying, hey, I listened to you the first time when you told me to leave in 10 minutes. I'm already on my way to the car. Don't worry. But no. What did you mean by that, Joe?
Well, you're talking to me and asking me if I know where this place is. And I'm like, yeah, I know where it's at. But I'm also doing a million things after the show behind the scenes that are boring. I'm not going to get into. But I was very distracted doing that. So you talk to me. I'm like, okay, yeah, 10 minutes. I'll be ready out front.
And I never said be ready out front at any point.
That is
why? Okay, let's
what I
think
heard.
this one out. Let's think this one
Oh,
out.
I'd love
Joe.
to think it out.
We were going to the Beltline. Why would I pick you up so I could drive all the way to the Beltline from downtown, knowing I live in Alger Heights, so I could drive you all the way back downtown? No.
No, we always go places together, so I figured this would be another situation.
On the south end of town. You've learned that if it's south end of town, I'm staying on the south end of town and I'm going home afterwards. The north end of town, I got to pass downtown anyway. I'm happy to give you a ride.
Let's put this court in session right now.
Okay.
Okay, I'm reading the text. It says, leaving now from you. I say, okay, I'm outside in front. She said, then I don't hear from you from like 20 minutes. I was like, I hope she's okay.
20 minutes goes by. You don't seem to think, hey, maybe she's not picking me up from the location that's less than a mile away. It did never cross your mind at any point that I wasn't showing up like 10 minutes into not being there.
I was worried. I honestly was worried something happened to you. I don't want to say, but there's a train that goes through. I was like, I hope she didn't get hit by the train.
I used to live by train tracks. I know not to run in front of a train.
It's not you. Sometimes trains come out of nowhere.
They do not come out of nowhere. They're on tracks.
Listen, I just was really worried about this, Laura. You don't know how worried I was.
You were so concerned you didn't contact me.
And then you text back.
You're a terrible person. Keep going. Go ahead.
And then you text back.
Keep digging this hole.
Just got here, parked near the main entrance. It's right past Celebration on the right. And I say, I thought you were picking me up. That's why I said I was outside in front. And you say, no, that's why I asked you if you knew where it was.
Yeah, why would I ask you if you knew where it was? Why would I ask you if you knew where it was if I was driving?
Because I'm familiar with that area. Maybe you wanted to know if I knew, just to make it easier. I ask people all the time.
I never want directions from you. Waze does a much better job. I'm never going to ask you for directions. A, because I'm not going to understand them. And B, I don't trust that you have better directions than Waze does.
All right, two things. Let's do the good and the bad.
Okay.
First of all, you can enter for the workplace of the weekend.
One of us will show up.
Maybe both. But our good friends at Vito's, really, they have some amazing pizza and garlic nuts. So
and I didn't want the pizza to get cold, so you got left behind. I delivered the pizza. Don't worry, no matter what happens, your pizza will get there warm and safe. It just may be me doing it alone because Big Joe doesn't know where he is 95% of the time.
And the other part, if you have been listening to this monstrosity of an argument, from what you've heard, your opinion for what has been presented to you. Who do you think? Who do you think's right? Who do you think's wrong?
Yeah, go ahead and send us a DM in the Mix 95.7 app. Or if you want to call and tell Joe he's wrong to his face, 616-600-0957. It's fine, Joe. It's okay to be wrong. You just got to admit it sometimes.
Do we feel better now?
I feel better now knowing you're wrong.
It's time for Big Joe and Laura's Need to Know News on Mix 95.7.
It's August 1st, and that means starting today, you're going to have to pay for an extra hour of parking in downtown Grand Rapids. The new hours of enforcement are 8 a.m. to now 7 p.m. They've added an extra hour. Now, most of the signs are for Monday through Friday, but let me tell you, you'll want to double check before you park and don't pay on the weekends, because some spots will get you.
But hey, maybe this will help pay for some of that parking. Back in 2018, Michigan had a ballot initiative to raise our minimum wage, but at the time, the state legislature was like, we don't want to do this, and they kind of threw it out. Well, a judge has gone back now and has overturned that, and we are now actually going to get that minimum wage increase here in Michigan. Now, it's going to be up to $12 an hour. It will not be instant if that is something that would raise your wages. It will kick off February 21st, 2025, but I think it's good news for a lot of people out there because honestly, that's barely enough to survive on as it is.
Oh, for sure. And for your final need to know news story, we're heading to England where instead of the Olympics, they're having the 2024 Snail Racing World Championships.
That's more of my speed.
Yeah, mine too. The way it works is they put them all in the middle of a table with a ring at the outer edge, and the snail that makes it to the ring first wins.
And they're off. Oh, 75's cutting across 48. 2 not far behind. And we have a world champion, ladies and gentlemen.
What were his qualities?
You can see his nice big tentacles that are sticking out, and he's just very keen.
How did you train him?
He's got a rigorous training program, and he loves his green leaves, so we feed him plenty of nice green leaves.
Well, congratulations. He was talking about a snail right there named Jeff. His time, you may ask, 4 minutes and 5 seconds.
Congratulations, Jeff. You did it.
That is Big Joe and Laura's Need to Know News on Mix 95.7. We are Big Joe and Laura on Mix 95.7, Grand Rapids Best Mix. And Laura, I feel like you are going to hold a record with this one.
You know what? I don't appreciate the amount of judgment you have given me about my new purchase. 2 months ago, back in May, I purchased a brand new car, a 2024 Hyundai Santa Fe. It's a hybrid. It's awesome. I love my car, and I've been driving it all over the place because if you don't know, my husband and I run a country music TikTok account or Instagram account called Country Minute. So we've been traveling a whole lot to cover different concerts. We've been to Indianapolis. We've been to the Wisconsin Dells twice. We've been to Chicago a few times, pretty much all over the Midwest. This weekend, we're going to Cincinnati. So we put a lot of miles on my car, rightfully so. But that's the reason we purchased it, because we both had older cars. And I was like, listen, I finally am in a place in life where I can go purchase a car brand new. So I'm going to do that knowing I'm going to put a ton of miles on it. Well, today, I have finally reached my first complimentary oil change. And Joe's like, oh, yeah, like what, 3,000 miles? And I was like, oh, no, my car goes a really long time. It's been 8,000 miles in 2 months.
You have, just to reiterate right here, you have 8,000 miles on a brand new vehicle in like a month and a half, 2 months.
2 months, yeah. I bought it Mother's Day weekend. It is now almost the end of July.
I'm not good at math, but I don't think this car is going to last more than a couple of years.
That's exactly what the car is for. It's going to last more than a couple of years. I hope it makes it more than
50,000
miles or whatever.
Hold on. 8 times
You're
6,
gonna break
right?
your brain.
8 times 6, is that 48? So is that 48,000 miles per year?
Yeah.
Yeah, your car's going to last 4 years.
It's not going to last.
Does
4
anybody
years.
else agree with me, or am I crazy? Because my dad used to be a salesman for a company called Guardian Alarm, like an alarm home company, and he'd travel all the time. I know Sarah, our sales manager here for Town Square, she drives all the way, I think, from South Haven in her car.
Yeah, which is way more than I drive on a day-to-day basis. This is a very unusual couple of months. Not every 2 months are we going to be driving 8,000 miles. I have no reason to go to the Wisconsin Dells anytime soon after this.
You
that
say
was the
that,
big trip.
but you're going to be like, oh, yeah, now we're going to drive to St. Louis, and then we're driving out to Oklahoma for the Cowboy Festival.
We're not going to a Cowboy Fest. That's so insulting. We are going to Arizona, but we're not driving. We're not driving.
Why?
I saw
Why
your
not
face.
add a couple of thousand miles on it?
Listen.
Put some miles on it.
Yeah, I know. That's not what Kane Brown was writing about. But listen, I don't think it's a big deal. We're not going to actually be driving this much on a month-to-month basis. It has been a lot for the first few months, but it has been a very comfortable, nice set of trips. So it's been very nice to know that I can do this and that I'm able to safely get to and from, especially with everything I need, because we've got gear, we've got a dog, we got a baby. We're constantly taking everybody back and forth. Plus, we take the baby to Constantine or Kalamazoo at least once a week. So at this point, yeah, we're all over the place and we drive a lot, but that's the purpose of the car. So I want to know, am I ruining my car? If you're out there and you're an expert at cars of any sort, my father was a business dealer at a Ford dealership. I don't think he ever told me not to drive my car because that's what it's for. So
I don't even think some people put 8,000 miles on their car in a year.
well, those people don't see the world, and that sucks for them. So I want to know, am I ruining my car by driving it around this much? Or is this what it's intended for, especially because they're highway miles, which we all know are much better than city miles.
Is that what they told you at the dealership?
That's what I've been told my whole life. I don't know if it's actually true or not. 616-600-0957. Or go ahead, if you can one-up me, have you had to get an oil change sooner than I did? 616-600-0957. We're Big Joe and Laura on Mix 95.7.
It is Big Joe and Laura on Mix 95.7, Grand Rapids Best Mix, and I was so happy for Laura to get a new car. Your old thing, the wheels were falling off, and now I think it's going to happen again to your brand new ride.
That is not true. Joe thinks I'm driving my new car too much because I already need my first oil change, and I think that that's what the car is for. That's why I bought it, was to put a lot of miles on it. So I want to know, Stephanie in Coopersville, am I driving my car too much?
Nope. I'm a home care nurse, and I put on a boatload of miles every day.
Okay, good. I'm feeling a lot better about this.
What's a boatload of miles, Stephanie?
So usually a couple hundred on a daily basis.
Okay, so like how frequently do you have to get a new car, or have you had the same car for a really long time?
2018, I'm driving the same car. You do good maintenance. My husband changes the oil, new tires. This baby's going to run forever.
Okay, good. See, that makes me feel better. That's my whole point. Like, the 8,000 is what they recommend me do.
Hold
it's
on,
not like
hold
I'm
on.
even pushing it. So I'm like down to the like literal when I'm supposed to do it. I'm going to go today and get the oil change before it even gets to 8,000.
Wait. I have a calculator out right now. Let's say you do 250 miles times 5 days a week. That is 1,250 miles times 4 weeks in a month. That's 5,000 miles a month times 12 months in a year. 60,000 miles, Stephanie. You got to quit driving.
Well, that's my job. I'm a nurse. You got to go see patients in their home.
Yeah, not everybody's
no.
neighbors that needs a nurse. They all live all over the place.
Meet them in the middle somewhere.
No, that's not how this works.
Yeah, that don't work in the real world there, Joe.
All right, well, you and Laura are giving me stress, and it's not even my vehicle.
Stephanie, you keep
Well,
driving.
maybe you need to drive more.
There you go. Thank you. That's my point. Go see the world, Joe.
My car's going to last forever, and it's not doing so well already.
I was going to say, because you don't drive it ever.
You don't drive it enough. My mom doesn't put on hardly any miles. You need to drive your car. That's what it's for.
Exactly. Thank you, Stephanie in Coopersville. I appreciate the backup this morning.
Big Joe's Little Wins happens weekdays at this time here on Mix 95.7, Grand Rapids Best Mix. Call us 616-600-0957 and share the little win. It's just something good, something we could celebrate along with you. My little win, I hope everybody's proud of this one, is that I got a Blackstone used for my brother-in-law. It's like 5 or so years old. It still works, but I was so afraid to try it out, and I always make chicken fajitas in our house, but it gets everywhere. It's so messy.
Oh, yeah, and it smells a whole lot.
Yeah, I like it, but I don't like it to linger.
No.
Well, I tried it last night out on the Blackstone. Laura, it actually tasted pretty darn good.
Really?
Yeah, I'm going to have you and James and Justin over for some fajitas.
There we go. Little dude's eating chicken now. We've got Amy in South Haven. Amy, what's your little win?
I had gotten a new kitten on Friday, and I took off for the day to get her adjusted to the house. So all weekend, it didn't work. This morning, I'm getting ready for work, and I'm late to work because guess what? She loved me this morning.
Oh, that is such a cat thing to do, is to choose when they want to love you and not at a time that's convenient for you.
Right? I tell you. But you know what? My guy works from home, so she gets to play with him all day, so it's all good.
Oh, okay. What's the kitten's name?
We named her Haiku.
Haiku. What a cute name. What color is she?
She is a gray, black tabby, tiger stripes. She's just a doll. And she's got these big old ears that she needs to grow into. I'm just in love.
Amy, this sounds like a win, but it's throwing me back to school, which is scary. A haiku is like a poem thing, right?
Yeah,
It is.
353, right?
Yes, you are correct.
Yeah, I remembered. I can't write a haiku, but I at least understand how they work. So I kind of passed the school system, I guess.
But it is a cool name because it's just haiku. I mean, it's just something different instead of, Tabby or, Mittens. So something different.
Mr. Snuggle Muffin.
Well, Amy in South Haven and haiku, thank you so much for calling in today for Big Joe's Little Wins.
All right, thank you.
You're welcome. Hey, tell us about your little win this morning. 616-600-0957.
It's time for Big Joe and Laura's Need to Know News on Mix 95.7.
It's August 1st, and that means starting today, you're going to have to pay for an extra hour of parking in downtown Grand Rapids. The new hours of enforcement are 8 a.m. to now 7 p.m. They've added an extra hour. Now, most of the signs are from Monday through Friday, but let me tell you, you'll want to double check before you park and don't pay on the weekends, because some spots will get you.
Speaking of changes, voting at Art Prize is going to be a little bit different this year. They just announced that not only is Art Prize going to be slightly shorter this year, it's going on September 13th through the 28th. There will also be 900 pieces of art spread across 183 venues. Now, in years past, they used to do where you'd have rounds. So you'd have like everybody's in the first round, and then there would be finalists for the second round of voting.
Oh, yeah. Everybody wanted to go check out the finalists.
Exactly. Well, now they've said, no, that's not fair to everybody else that has art out there. Instead, we're going to let people vote for all of the art the entire way through the festival. And I kind of like that because I think it gives everybody a running chance to go the whole way through, getting as many votes as they can.
Give me a chance to see all 900 pieces.
Yeah, no kidding. Now, Art Prize is going to kick off with an opening weekend celebration on September 13th, and they've teased a surprise from Canada is going to be unveiled. So I'm kind of excited to see
Justin
what that could
Bieber?
be. Yes, it is actually just Justin Bieber made of gold. How did you know?
I don't know. That's cool, though. And for your final Need to Know news story, we're heading to Wisconsin, where back in June, a couple named Sarah and Alex got married. Well, congratulations.
Yeah.
But during the reception, a tornado came through, and everybody had to go downstairs and shelter in the basement, including another family that was there having a reunion.
Oh, no.
That family, though, it was great they were there because they helped them with their first dance. Listen to this.
Baby, I'm dancing in the dark. Truly. With you. Barefoot on the ground, listening to our favorite song. And I saw you in that dress, looking so beautiful. I don't deserve this, darling. You look perfect tonight.
That is so sweet. You never want your big day to be ruined, but I think that honestly made it better.
You'll never, ever forget that wedding.
No.
That's Big Joe and Laura's Need to Know News on Mix 95.7. Mix 95.7, Grand Rapids Best Mix. We are Big Joe and Laura, and the Olympics are happening in Paris right now. USA! USA! USA!
USA.
Current gold, it's more than gold. Current medal count for Team USA, 5 gold, 13 silver, 12 bronze, for a total of 30. We are leading, I believe in second place is France.
Oh, and their home turf, too.
Yeah, how you like that? Take that and...
Take your French fries and shove them.
Yeah, hate to break your baguette. Sorry about that, buddy.
Take those crepes.
Now, some of the highlights from day 5 of the Olympics yesterday. If you didn't see this, get ready to have your blood pumping. Katie Ledecky, what an amazing swimmer. She set an Olympic record and won gold in the 1,500-meter freestyle.
25 meters left for Ledecky to make more history. Won the gold in Tokyo. Is going to back it up again here in Paris. And the greatest swimming machine we've ever seen rolls on to another gold here in Paris with a new Olympic record.
It was crazy. Like, nobody else was there at the finish line. She was that far ahead in the pool. You need to see that video.
Insane. Now, she does have 12 Olympic medals, tied with 3 others for the most ever for a female swimmer, which I just it's so cool. Good for her. So happy to see it. Now, speaking of ladies killing it in the Olympics, the women's soccer team beat Australia 12-1, finishing group play with a perfect record. Their next game will be Sunday when they take on Japan, and I'm very excited to see that.
You gave them a lot of goals, 2-1.
Sorry, 2-1.
You know what, though? Watch out, competition, because we're kicking. We're coming. And men's basketball, they almost lost earlier in the Olympics, but they defeated South Sudan again, 103-86 this time.
We invented basketball. We have to get the gold every time. Come on.
You would think so, right?
Oh, this is just upsetting me that it's not more.
I know, it scares me.
Now, coming up today, day 6 of the Summer Olympics, medals are up for grabs in the women's 200-meter butterfly and the men's 200-meter backstroke. The women will go on to compete in the 4x200-meter freestyle relay final.
That's really cool. And I know one thing that's exciting for a lot of people. I think gymnastics are like the biggest thing a lot of people like.
Yeah.
That's happening today. The all-around individual gold medal will be up for grabs. You got past champions Simone Biles, Sunny Lee. They're going to take on each other. So I wonder who's going to get gold. I wonder who's going to get silver. That's at lunchtime today. So you might want to have a long lunch break. It's around 12:15 Eastern.
Yep. Women's basketball team's also playing Belgium at 3, and boxing and table tennis will be in their quarterfinal action. Go team table tennis, because I used to have a ping pong table in my basement growing up, so I really think that that's the closest to an Olympic sport I could have gotten.
And we transitioned into the mixed summer games, day number 4 today, which makes you wonder, why did we not do table tennis? Oh my gosh, okay.
Listen, we'll do more of these.
4 more years?
Yeah, 4 more years we'll get to try again. But we've been taking on our friends over at Fox 17 on the Morning Mix, Todd and Michelle, in our own version of the summer games. Today, we decided to do some dancing skills, ribbon dancing specifically, or what do they call it in the Olympics? Acrobatic dancing? Oh, wait.
I don't know. You gave me this quiz before and I failed it miserably.
Well, anyway, here's how it went.
25 meters left.
I wish that's not us.
By 1/10 of a point. It goes.
Oh, no, gosh, stop.
No.
This is me blowing it. I was going for gold and now I'm not even a medal.
We are back with another edition of the Mixed Summer Games. Woo! We've got Big Joe and Laura and, of course, Todd, and we brought in a judge. Toby, tell us what you're doing here.
So I'm here to judge who is the better ribbon dancing team. So I want to see pointed toes, stretched arms, as many cool moves as you got, and I'm going to be tough. 1 through 5, I'm not going to be easy on you.
Let me tell you right now, it was such an incredible event that you and I took part in.
Oh, incredible. Some amazing dancing. Todd and Michelle really put their hearts into it, and Todd really went above and beyond to make sure those toes were pointed like Shelby asked him to. But in the end, unfortunately, his toes were not pointed enough.
By 1/10 of a point, it goes to the mixed 9-5.
We have
America, USA, USA. I know we're all Americans, so that doesn't really work in this case, but it just feels good to yell it.
It feels good that we're now tied up 2 wins apiece. That means tomorrow, day 5 of our mixed summer games, will determine the winner between the 2 mixes.
I'm just proud of us for keeping up at the end of it. I'm a little nervous about tomorrow's segment. It is going to be speed walking across the Blue Bridge. This one could go either way. I feel like I'm good at speed walking, but I don't know if I beat Michelle and Todd good at speed walking. So.
I think the ribbon dancing that we just did might have been my favorite event, at least video-wise.
Yes.
If you have not already, go check us out. Follow us. We're trying to grow our social media, so be part of it. Big Joe and Laura. That's on Instagram, that's on TikTok, and on Facebook.
Yeah.
Big Joe and Laura.
Come be our friend and enjoy our amazing ribbon dancing right now.
Yeah, amazing.
It's time to play Laura Can't Lose on Mix 95.7. Here's how it happens. You'll have 1 minute to answer 5 questions. You can pass if you need to, and we'll come back if time allows. A tie goes to Laura because, well, her name's on the show. Here's who's playing Laura Can't Lose today.
Representing Grand Rapids, let's say hello to Jason.
Good morning, Jason. How are you?
I'm doing awesome this morning. How are you?
Pretty good. Now, yesterday, I offered up my gold medal from the Mixed Summer Games that I bought off Amazon in case we won. And I said that if you beat me today and Laura Can't Lose, I will give it to you. So it's all on the line, Jason. You could be a gold medalist if you can beat me, and I'm kind of on a streak right now.
Pressure is on. I'm ready for it.
All right. Well, go ahead and kick Laura out of the studio so we can play.
Get out of here, Laura.
Adios.
That's right. Take
that bronze, buddy.
Take your gold medal out of here. Okay, she is gone, so let's begin the game. Question number 1. What movie series features Lightning McQueen?
Cars.
Question 2, how many points is the red inner circle on a dartboard, the bullseye worth?
100.
Question 3, what planet did Britney Spears travel to in Oops, I Did It Again, the music video?
Mars.
Question 4, how many sides does a hexagon have?
6.
Question 5, according to the popular saying, if you step on a crack, you'll do what?
What? I don't know this saying.
According to the popular
say it again?
according to the popular kid saying, if you step on a crack, you'll do what?
Eat a snack? I have no idea.
All right, I'm going to bring Laura in. Jason, let's get to know you a little bit. Tell us about yourself. You got a hobby you like, or what do you do for a living?
Yeah, I like to run. Done a number of half marathons and marathons in my time.
Wow.
So I suppose that would be my hobby.
How long does it take to recover? Because I did a 5K once and I'm still sore.
Oh, my God.
Yeah, it kind of depends upon your experience level. So I would say from a half or a full marathon, I'd take a week or two to chill out a bit before you get back into it.
Okay, well...
It's been 6 years. Don't let him lie to you.
Well, 16, but who's counting?
You could probably get back into it now.
Yeah, one day, slowly but surely. Okay, Jason in Grand Rapids gave you an opportunity to win today, Laura. He got 3 out of 5.
All right, let's see how I do.
Question 1. What movie series features Lightning McQueen?
That would be Cars.
Correct, 1-1. Question 2, how many points is the red inner circle on a dartboard bullseye worth?
50?
That is correct.
Ooh.
Jason said 100.
That's what I was gonna guess, Jason, so that's a good one.
2-1 lead for Laura going into our third question. What planet did Britney Spears travel to in the Oops, I Did It Again music video?
Mars.
That is correct. 3-2 going into question number 4. How many sides does a hexagon have?
6.
That is correct. 4-3.
I only know that because of UFC.
Okay. Well, it's the octagon, so I don't know how you knew that. But
So even worse. I got that wrong for the wrong, or right for the wrong
they're
reason.
stepping into the hexagon.
That would be way cooler looking.
The 6-sided ring. Okay, 4-3 going into question 5. According to the popular kids saying, if you step on a crack, you'll do what?
Break your mama's back.
Yes, that is
poor
correct.
Mama.
Jason did not know that one.
Never heard that ever.
Your poor
Never heard
mom,
that.
Jason. You probably broke her back so many times as a child.
I must have. I had no idea on that one. Well done, Laura.
Well, at least you know what? You learned something today, Jason.
Yeah, it's
and
true.
Since Laura did kick your butt, you know what you got to do,
I'm
right?
sorry, Jason.
I'm Jason in Grand Rapids, and Laura just can't lose.
Oh, I'm sorry, Jason. Thank you for
No,
coming
you're
on.
not. You wanted to keep your gold medal. You were bragging.
Anyway, if you want to be like Jason and try to take me on, 616-600-0957. Our Michigan Lottery ticket jackpot is now up to $70.
Mix 95.7 Grand Rapids Best Mix. We are Big Joe and Laura.
Yeah, and recently, my older stepsister became a single woman for the first time in her life. She was married to her high school sweetheart. They got divorced. She's better off. I don't feel sad. It's all good things, and everybody's happier in the long run. It's been a while, but she's recently started posting like a single woman on Facebook. And while I encourage her to live her best life and be the happiest version of her humanly possible, her social media posting has gotten to the level of cringy that I don't know what to deal with, because I don't want to like it because I don't want her to think I'm encouraging this, but I also don't want to be hateful because she's my sister and she's healing and she's trying to go through her, as my husband calls it, her Stella got her groove back phase in life.
You go, girl.
So she's been posting a lot of things. Like, here, I'm going to pull up her page right now. I won't say anything about names or anything. Whenever someone doesn't treat you for what you're worth, remember, you don't have to deal with that. Or here's another one. She went to see Justin Timberlake in our hometown, and she said, JT said tonight, cry me a river, and I felt that.
Aw, poor thing. Yeah, it is kind of cringe, though. You're like, oh, you don't need to post that.
Yeah, I know. I feel so bad for her. Her story is constantly some form of one of these videos. She literally posted this 43 minutes ago. Be yourself today. You look beautiful like that. And again, I'm very happy she's encouraging herself, but it's like she had a pseudo boyfriend for a second, and she started as soon as they broke up. It's Queen, know your worth, do taxes. She started lip syncing to videos on TikTok.
Okay,
to
now
songs like Sabrina Carpenter's Feather.
we got to get rid of this.
She winked at the end of one of them. I want her to express herself. I want her to feel her feelings. I want her to be her. But it's just certain things I feel like we overshare on social media to a fault. And so I want to know, what is the most cringeworthy type of post you see on Facebook? For me, it's this inspirational girl boss stuff. I want you to feel it in your heart. I want you to encourage others. But if you've shared the same graphic that 700,065 other women have shared, it is not that unique of a thought, and probably I've already seen it today. I appreciate you. Please just stop.
Okay, well, that's one great example of something cringy that we see posted on social media. If you have something, a couple of different ways that you could share that with us right now. You can DM us inside of our Mix 95.7 app, and of course, you can call the show anytime, 616-600-0957. That's 616-600-0957.
Yeah, right now we've got Hector in Grand Rapids on the phone. Hector, you said you hate when people trash their spouses on social media?
Yeah, that's garbage. Like, that's so cringe. Especially, I see some people like really dog out their spouse or significant other, and they're like, "Yeah, so just got fired. He ain't worth nothing."
And it's like, don't you realize that makes you not worth anything? Like, you're just making yourself look dumb when you post about how the person you've attached yourself to is worthless.
Yes, like you're just in that same boat. Like, you're with the person. Yeah, it's ridiculous.
It's big, loud, squeaky clown shoes is what that is. It's like, it's the stupidest thing you could possibly do. No, I agree with you. So have you ever been the victim of one of these posts before?
No, thank goodness. I'd be pretty upset my wife trashed me on Facebook.
He's like, I'm serving papers at that point.
She'd have a lot to say, though. It'd be real easy.
I feel like Lindsay's the same way there, too. Hector, man, thank you for calling in at 616-600-0957.
You can also send us a DM in the Mix 95.7 app, like Carrie and Hastings, who said the mysterious something big has happened, but I can't tell post. Then why put it on social media? It's a literal plea for attention, and I feel the same way, Carrie. Like, if you can't talk about it, I need vague prayers. Don't do this. Just don't do this. A, you're stressing me out for you. B, I want the tea. You're not giving it to me. So why are you doing this to me?
Yeah, you can't tease me on social media. You gotta lay it all out. I guess kind of along that same line I'm thinking of, and I don't know if somebody commented this. Whenever somebody shows a photo of them in a hospital or the ER, but they don't say what it is.
Oh yeah, just got here. Probably going to be here for a few hours. Why? Did you stub your toe? Do you have cancer? There's so many things that could possibly be going wrong. And 90% of the time, if someone's posting something like that, it's the stub toe. It's always the stub toe. So, please just, if you're having a bad time and you need your support system, be direct about it. Hey, I'm here for this reason. I would love your support right now. I could really use that encouragement. There's no shame in asking for encouragement from your friends and family. Just don't vague post it. What are those cringeworthy posts? 616-600-0957 if you want to share yours.
Mix 95.7 Grand Rapids Best Mix.
And we are talking about cringeworthy social media posts. Which ones are your least favorite? Recently, my sister became a single woman and decided that she was going to start expressing herself more on social media. It's become a bunch of inspirational quotes. It's become lip syncing to Sabrina Carpenter. My sister's in her 40s.
You got to show me these videos, by the way. I'd like to see them.
I don't even want to see them again. I would unfollow her, but I don't want her feelings to be hurt because I do want her to express herself. I just wish she would do it in a less cringy way. So we want to know, what are the most cringeworthy types of posts you see on social media? You can always give us a call at 616-600-0957. We have Zach in Grand Rapids on the phone. Zach, what do you believe to be the most cringeworthy type of social media post?
I think it's very cringy when people post about things that are common facts and end it with mind blown. Like, I remember, must be 5 or 10 years ago, there was a post getting traction that a lot of people didn't realize that the Titanic was about a real event. And I was just like, come on, man, seriously, you didn't know this? And then you post about it, and you're just kind of revealing how dumb you are, and so it just makes me super cringe.
Zach, come on. Now, I knew the Titanic was based on a real event, but...
Before the post?
Yeah, yes, Laura. Yes. But I do feel like there's just certain things you're like, what? I think we all have mind-blown moments.
Yeah, but like I think Zach has a point. There's a certain level of maybe your mind should stay blown silently because all you're doing is sounding the dumb alarm and just like, oh God, Zach, you're absolutely right though. It frustrates me.
Yeah, no, I mean there are certain things that are like worthy of being mind blown, but like the Titanic being a real event is not something you should post about.
All right,
Did
Zach.
you know that Jurassic Park is not a real place you can visit on vacation? Mind blown.
No way.
You two done yet?
Joe, here, look, you know
I'm
what?
good.
I'll send you the link to that post so you can share it to your wall and you can feel really smart again.
Hey, Zach, have a wonderful day.
Thanks, you guys too.